Yes, hi to everyone. Now, I want to start this series of video, which is President of Run Up Your Mouth organization. And I want to start it off by saying, you remember the story they told us about Jesus Christ in front of Pontius Pilate. And they brought him and they wanted to hang him pretty much. They had a plan already. And they pretty much programmed the masses. They already had their plan. It was on our way to Pontius Pilate until it was too late. And they brought evidence, to accuse him. The only perfect flesh and blood that ever passed on the earth. Let's see if you believe in that. I believe in that. Because what it tells me is Jesus Christ, the most perfect being. If the things that has been done to him, much less we in the flesh that is guilty. These are what we should get from these stories, whether we believe in it or not. It's just to tell you that if the most perfect thing can be accused and ridiculed and spit upon and say all these things against, much less us that is guilty. Anyway, let me get back to the point. So the point of the matter is, Jesus Christ was brought before Pontius Pilate. And there was a group of people that wanted to get rid of him, eliminate him pretty much. Whatever the belief were, but they wanted to get rid of Jesus Christ. So they programmed the masses. Now, if you look throughout the centuries, how many times we, the masses, have been programmed? We might think we're doing things on our own accord, but unknowing to us that we are being programmed by others. It starts slowly but surely, but they have an end goal. We mightn't think certain things is taking place, but there are always people behind the scenes that set things in motions. Things don't happen like that. Even the cycle of the world, it don't happen like that. Someone already set it in motions. Nothing don't happen like that. So individuals had already set things in motion, especially after the fact that certain things the outcome of certain things didn't work in their favor, or the way in which they set things in motion, it didn't actually work in the way in which they wanted it to. And then they have to find ways to fix it, to set it back in motion. This brings me to the 2020 elections. Some of you may think it is a fair and it was democracy. This is how democracy is. But I choose to differ. I tend to differ. Now, after witnessing the 2016 election and the 2020 elections, I saw stuff before, but my eyes has been open in the 2016, and my eyes is fully open now in the 2020 election. How we, the masses, have been manipulated. And they call it democracy. There is no such thing as democracy. Some countries, you get away with certain things compared to other countries, but there is no such thing as democracy. I have come to a conclusion that this 2020 election has been stolen. Now, some of you may say it has not been stolen. It is democracy to its fullest. But I tell you, it has been stolen. Now, all of you that were looking at the numbers, these numbers has been manipulated by individuals behind the scenes. Trust me when I tell you, they has been manipulated. Now, you may say, where are the evidence? Now, evidence is something that is in front of us. Sometimes we are blind to see the evidence. And even evidence that has been brought forth, sometimes is not evidence. Sometimes it is fabricated or it is false. You understand? So it's not all the time evidence. Someone bring evidence before you that it is actual, factual evidence. Sometimes it is fake, fabricated. And look throughout history. Don't take my word for it. Look throughout history where numbers of people have brought evidence and it turns out that that evidence has been false. It has been fabricated, or information that was brought forth to present the evidence wasn't factual. Right? So these are the things that I look at, and I have come to a conclusion that the 2020 election was stolen. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been stolen. Now, who are the people that stole the election? They know themselves. Now, you have to remember something about an establishment. It's like if you're on a job and there's one particular person that the majority don't like, they will find a way to get rid of that person. They will find a way. Trust me when I tell you, they will find a way. When they don't like certain individuals, they find a way to eliminate those persons. It's almost the same thing as in a foreign country when you have a foreign leader, how other countries find a way to manipulate the masses, even within the country, to turn against the leader, to get rid of him. It is the same policy or the same strategy that they use throughout the century that has been used today, ladies and gentlemen. They start slowly but surely, and we thinking it is us. You know, every day they tell you something, slowly but surely they tell you something. The other day they tell you something, and eventually they program you not to like people. Sometimes we don't like people and we haven't meet those people. Sometimes we don't like an individual because of someone else's word. And then after we meet that person, we check in, but wait, what's going on here? Something not right. This guy or this girl or this individual tell us this, and now we meet this person is the total opposite. Because there is a reason why. And I think there is a reason why they don't like Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. They say he racist. Which one of us that is not racist? Mostly every one of us is racist or discriminating or something is wrong with us. There is not one of us that like each and every creed on the planet. You understand? It doesn't work like that. There must be a race that we feel some kind of way. We see somebody dress a certain way. We have something to say. It mightn't be racism in itself where you want to kill the individual, but you're not pure. You're not pure, because if you were pure, you know, everything, you accept everything. And all these people that calling others racist themselves are racists. Or he don't know how to speak to people. None of us don't know how to speak to people. But truth is something that, if you don't like truth, it's funny. Truth is something, it's bitter in your mouth, or it's bitter in your ears, excuse me. Truth is something that it's not like butter. When someone come to speak to a crowd, right? If the person want to hold on to power, they come and they butter the words. They talk sweet, right? Because it's power they want to hold on to. So they'll speak in a way so that the crowd would love them. But truth is not something like that. When someone come before a crowd to speak truth, whether the crowd get upset or not, they speak truth. Whether the crowd don't like to hear what the person have to say. Right? They say he's this, he's that, he's all these things. Are they themselves better than him? I don't think so. Now, look at some previous presidents that come before the camera and they smile and, you know, they're wonderful, you know, they're like saints. But look at the action. Look at the stuff that they have done in other countries. Look at the things that they have done to other people elsewhere, because we are all people at the end of the day. So then how do we compare these characters? So you look at one that he's a racist, he don't know how to talk to people, and he's this and he's that, and then look at others that is wonderful. Look at their work that they has done. You understand? Look what they do in other places. Some of the stuff that we are accusing others of, we ourselves are guilty of. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because at the end of the day, it's my house. My house is more important than your house. That's the whole thing. So then when we come and we're trying to separate the masses, at the end of the day, it comes down to our house is more important than the rest of other people's houses, meaning countries. You understand? So when we're talking about, oh, we this person and we that person, it's funny that at the end of the day that we representing a certain group of people. We're not representing everyone. Even if they come on TV and they smile and they stuff, they're only representing a group of people. or their house. They don't care about other houses because it's all about survival. So at the end of the day, when they come and they program us to don't like a certain individual, it's an agenda. They have an agenda. So that individual is against the agenda. So now they have to program us, the masses, to go against that individual, to make he look like something is wrong with him, to make us get rid of him. But there's a reason for it. It's not because of what they tell us. It's because of what he's against them. There's something he stands for which is against their policies or their interests. It's not us, the people, because they've been there before us, before he. And some of the situations that is taking place was taking place prior to he coming in there. So we have to look at these things. We tend to jump up because someone come and say, oh, this person is racist. But we have to look beyond that. We got to look deeper. So I'll be making previous videos, or I'll be making videos based on my opinion on what I think is taking place. But we, the masses, has been programmed to don't like Donald Trump. So I want to say that if you look at all this stuff that they're accusing Donald Trump of, we ourselves are guilty of it, right? Or he don't know how to talk to people. So let me ask you a question. So he might disrespect someone, but how about destroying a country? So what's the difference in I come and I speak rude to a certain group of people, and I talk nice to them, and yet I destroy countries? So where do we draw the line? So which is more acceptable? So me come in and talk and show my teeth all the time like I go into the dentist, and then I go in and bomb places and then come and smile and come and think? We're talking about children and stuff. How many children have we killed? So at the end of the day, guys, it's all about our house. So if you have someone that care about our house,